Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Virgo for the month of March, the element of water, the sign of Pisces. So emotions. Virgo, interestingly enough, Pisces is your polar opposite sign, so you're very sort of in connect with them. So let's see what comes up for you this time. The energy is the 10 of Wands. A bit spiritually drained, having had too much on one's plate, Virgo. So you're not tired per se physically, it's more of a spiritual. Some people would equate that to mental tiredness. It's like too much has been going on. Time for a bit of a breather, really. And especially because we're in your polar opposite sign of Pisces, there'll be a lot going on, and it's almost like water cleanses, doesn't it, Virgo? So it's about a cleansing sort of time as well. And it's the 12th house, which is the house of the spirits, the underworld, dreams, connections, unusual phenomena going on in those realms of the spirit. So let's see where you are right now. In the Tower. So old ways are going out, new ways are coming in. Now the Tower can represent all sorts of things like divorces, big breakups, redundancies, all sorts of things where your world as you knew it stops and has stopped. That chapter is over, or that book is finished, and so there's time to clear the decks for the new to come in, because the Tower can't sustain how it is at the moment. So it's like a rickety old thing that's about to collapse. Let it collapse. Clean up the mess and build something new, Virgo. What has influenced that to happen, and the card that influences the whole reading, is a Virgo card, the Nine of Pentacles. Slow moving energy. So things quite slow this month, but very much grounded, very much knowing where he's going this night. He's very careful, he's a Virgoan night, so it's you. It's very measured, very careful, very sort of thoughtful. Everything's planned out, and he is not speedy like the other nights. He's more of a plodder, but he sort of wins the race in a way, because he's reliable, he's loyal, all those sort of energies. So this may be someone in your world as well, for the younger ones, or even everybody. It could be a male partner that's just slow, but you've just got to realise he means well, and he's very loyal, and everything's good with him, but his whole mode of operation is slow. So there's a slowness about this month for you, and with new things coming in, so just be aware of that, Virgo, for February, March, Pisces time. But you will get there, and it will be worth it. The background, so what's still influencing you, so this is like January, February up into about the 21st of February, the Five of Cups. So some kind of disappointment emotionally, maybe a breakup, a big change that has precipitated these coming into. So it can be very big disappointment emotionally, where you feel like everything's lost, but in fact it isn't. There's still something left of value. It's just that emotional upheaval and change that's been going on in the last month or 6 weeks or so, that sort of brought about the collapse here, and then the new slow moving energy of, and he's very healing too, this card, the Knight of Coins, I might say. So it's quite interesting. So it's shaping up to be a very interesting reading, Virgo. Recent influences, we have Wands, Three of Wands. So Three of Wands, he's all about good, solid foundations. He's about far seeing, far horizons, action, things moving quickly. A man overseas, something to do with someone far away you have connections to, whether it be family, whether it be romance, who knows, but I always read that man as that person. He's sort of a very far-seeing person too. It's a person that has a lot of vision of what can be. So it's a good card for you as well to sort of keep that in mind, even though things may have collapsed to a point. You've always got this new movement and positive action coming in, so you can actually see what's going to transpire. So it's a really good card to have, and building on good foundations. So even though your tower has collapsed in some way, your foundations are still really strong there, Virgo. And action with this, so there is forward movement, so albeit slow, but it's there. Let's see the lesson you'll be learning. Eight of Cups. So moving away from an emotional relationship, something that's a bit dead in the water, something that's not resurrectable at the moment, something that's just really, it's like he's swimming in a very contained space, so there's nowhere really to go. So it sort of asks you to just step out for a bit, leave it alone for a bit, these emotional things, especially at this time of year with the Pisces in the 12th house. Things, people in the 12th house like to keep to themselves a bit more. They're not so interested in what other people's emotional outlook is. They're more into what they're doing and how things are for them emotionally. It's a very private sort of a time. So just leave that for a bit. Don't worry so much if that feels like everything's lost. It isn't actually. It's a bit like this one. It's just time to just leave it to the side for a little while. Revisit it later in late March, April, and see how it goes. Because this is a really private sort of emotional time, as I keep saying. Near future we have jealousy. Seven of Swords. So just be careful. There's elements around of jealousy, and we can see here we've got emotion collapse, good foundations. We can see that jealousy easily can come about this time, especially in the 12th house where people are a lot more in their own zone. So they're not they sort of retreat, and this can sort of evoke jealousy in those around them, thinking, oh, there's something wrong, there must be an affair, or there must be someone else, or all this kind of thing. So just don't be surprised if that comes up at all. And just that jealousy and sort of people, deceitful sort of behaviour. What's happening that you're not realising? Whoops, it's fallen on the floor. The Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands, sorry. Things really going to speed up anyway by the time we cross over into Aries about the 20th of March. So don't worry so much. Things will start moving very quickly. So enjoy this time, this quiet time now. This too is whenever you get a court card, which is a real person. This could be this person, someone coming in really quickly and ruffling things up and moving at a great pace and offering things, messengers, usually the knights are. Just be aware of that energy too. It's very fast moving. Someone coming in very quickly and then leaving very quickly too. But you're not expecting this to happen, Virgo, so and it's a bit goes against your grain a little bit. You're more the Knight of Coins. You don't like things to be too fast. It's just not part of your makeup. how other people see you. The Ace of Wands, amazing. Now, fertility for those younger people, watch the fertility. This is a card of, even though we started with the energy around was the no energy really, and then everyone sees you as having bags of it. So lots of energy coming through. This is how others see you, which is quite interesting. New beginnings, all this sort of thing. Building that new tower again. And all this kind of, when you see people that really sort of bounce back after difficult times, yeah, we can get jealous. There can be jealousy there. But this is a great card to be seen as, because it's just pure energy and an energy in abundance. Lots of new doors opening, all that kind of thing. Great card actually, Virgo. But, you know, this is how you go. You're very careful, so no wonder you will be seen as that. Positive feelings. We have the Six of Wands. So yeah, moving along quite nicely, thank you very much. Things just going well. No issues. Everything's done, everything's sorted. You're feeling quite happy with the progress. This is progress again. So a really nice card for you to feel positive about. Things are still moving, but just remember emotionally that's where it's going to grab this month. February, March, or past this time, it's going to be an emotional matter where you just think, oh, but everything else is kind of rolling along quite nicely. It sounds like a contradiction, but that's the difference between emotional and physical energy. And Virgo, knowing you would keep that very much to yourselves. The outcome, the Emperor, discipline, status. Oh, he's just the ruler. He is boundaries. He sets the pace. This is how you get places, the Emperor. You know, it's just by a lot of hard work and working within certain boundaries and perimeters. It's not just open slather. It's really hard work to get wherever you want to be. He's like the father figure too. So that father sort of, you know, this is how you work hard to get what you want. There's no such thing as a free lunch here. And especially with the Emperor, very much controlling as well. So, and this will be Aries time coming in because he represents Aries and the Emperor is their icon. Right, I'm just going to pop one card on this Seven of Swords because it's a bit of a murky card. And we have the Queen of Swords. So the jealousy might be coming from this woman here. She can be construed as quite a bitter woman too, like an air sign, and really, you know, she's ready for battle, she's ready for a big fight. So she could be a competitor of yours, emotionally or work-wise. So, but there she is, and she often can be quite a jealous person. On her negative side, it can invoke a lot of jealousy. So just watch that too, Virgo coming through. But she can also mean clarity as well, so you might be seeing through somebody or understanding why they're jealous or deceitful, because it's just, yeah, giving you clarity to understand people emotionally and physically. And it's what you feel this month. So in touch with your feelings this month. Okay, your card for finish, wrapping up, is pure effort. Enlightenment is not your birthright. Those who succeed do so only through proper effort. So it's exactly that. So just get on about it. It's slow moving, it's emotional, it's going to invoke a lot of emotional things around in this time. But just go with the flow, Virgo, as you always do. Thank you so much for listening.